Hey everybody, welcome back. So glad to have you here with me today. I'm really excited to go over an entire month of social media post ideas in under 15 minutes. So what I typically hear from my students especially, and sometimes my clients, is they have no idea what to post on their social media platforms. The first thing I make sure they understand is it's not necessarily about quantity, it's about quality of the posts. So if you feel as though putting out more is going to give you better results, that's not always the case. And in fact, a lot of the time, it's really going to hurt you because you're not spending enough time creating quality content because you're so focused on putting out a large number of posts each month. The second thing I make sure they understand is that these posts themselves are not going to be what generates your leads and drives your conversions. It absolutely can be. It can be a part of it. And some of these posts may absolutely do that. But these are different from your ads. Your ads should be in large part focused on conversions with a segment for education and engagement, whereas your actual page posts typically are going to be focused more on education, engagement. You will mix in things about your offers, but just realize not enough people are going to see those pieces of content for it to really move the needle in your business. So when we're talking about moving the needle in your business, that really is focusing on sales. It's focusing on leads. It's focusing on some type of revenue being created. And your page posts alone are simply not going to do that because it will not reach enough people without you investing money into it. When you invest money into your post, you will be able to reach a larger audience. But the way that Facebook and Instagram work, primarily Facebook, but Instagram is beginning to be that way as well, they significantly reduce the reach of business page posts. You used to be able to reach a very large audience with just a couple of posts. Like anybody who was liking your page, you would be able to really reach a significant number of those people. At this point, it's usually about 10% of your audience might see that content. Really depends on if they're online at the time, a few other factors, but it's not a given that those people will even see it. So why are you focusing so much on your page content that's going to get 100 people to view it and 2 people to like it? It's not doing that much for your actual business the way that you're currently doing it. So I really want you to shift your mindset into realizing that page posts are not ads. They can support your paid advertising, and you do want them to be engaging and creative and showcase your business, but spend more time creating great pieces of content as opposed to trying to post every single day. With that being said, if you have an active page, of course, that's going to help you. These platforms like it when you have an active page because it shows them that you're committed. They don't really like to see fly by night type of companies. And if there's someone who never posts on their page, it doesn't really look very good to them. It also doesn't really look very good to your actual audience. If they come to check you out and there's nothing there, they're not going to feel like you're really committed to your business, regardless of if that's actually true. It is the appearance that it can provide. So we want to stay active on our page. We want to focus on quality as opposed to quantity. We want to create types of posts that will support our paid advertising. And even still, with that information, you may have no idea what to actually post about. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to give you enough ideas for an entire month of page content that you could reuse this list every single month, and you're not going to have the same thing on your page. This should be something that you can take, implement, and really see results, at least in terms of saving you time every single month, and you're going to see that right away. So with that being said, we'll go ahead into these different post ideas. Number one, you could do a this or that. I've always loved doing them because they get a lot of engagement. And it's going to be as simple as, which one do you prefer, this or that? Or it could be an A, B, C, D. It could be a square with 4 different images marked A, B, C, and D. And you could say, if you could only choose one of these, which would you choose? Or if you had to get rid of one of these and you could never have the others for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? Obviously, it needs to be related to what you do, or it needs to be related to your avatar specifically. The next thing you would do is post a blog. If you're doing any type of blog content, which you should be at least occasionally, there's only one of these in the list. So 1 blog a month at bare minimum, you could do that. Just post your blog on your page. A lot of people totally forget to do that. If you're taking time to create a piece of content, you need to put it in every single place because you're not going to reach the same people every time. You also could do a testimonial. So if you have a testimonial video from a client or customer, if you have a written testimonial, you could put the first sentence of that in an image and kind of, have the longer version in the actual post content. You could also do a tip. I really love doing quick tips. It could be 1 sentence. That's all you really need. It's great for tips if you can kind of overlay it on top of an image, but you need to make sure the text is really easy to read and then it's not too much text. Again, use the image to capture attention. It needs to make sense on its own, but if you then have the content that is elaborated on in the post, that can work really well. People really like tips that are related to how to better use your products or services, or how to maintain them or fix them, or choose which one to actually decide on. Lots of different options. You could definitely do a before and after. Anything that provides a visual transformation is kind of a no-brainer. But even if you don't have a visual transformation, even if it's more mental or emotional or within your lifestyle, you can find images to show that before and after transformation. It may be something you've never thought about doing. We've actually done these with laundry companies or cleaning companies, and it's not about this is the before and of the laundry or the house and this is the after. It's more about this is someone's life before, stuck inside cleaning, doing chores. This is someone's life after, spending time outdoors with their family. It can be as simple as that, but you need to focus on what that real ultimate transformation is and not that surface level transformation. You also could answer a question. Those are really easy. You can just have the question as the first sentence and you say, all right, we're going to go ahead and answer this. And you just go into that answer. Those are amazing. Use your frequently asked questions as the source of this list. You also could tell a story. So telling a story about your clients, about your customers, about your employees, telling a story about you and how you got involved in this industry, why you started this business, very powerful stuff. And you're probably not doing enough storytelling. So this is a great opportunity for you to hone those skills. You also could cover different styles or designs. If there is a product that you're selling, or if what you do has different styles, you could cover one of those. So for instance, in blogging, there are different styles of blogging. There is a list style blog. There is a question and answer style blog. So don't think of this as, necessarily like visual. This could be any variation in the products and services that you sell or provide. And you're explaining the difference, or you're focusing on one of those and really covering it deeply. You also could talk about price. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about enough, in my opinion. And if you can't give someone a flat price, if it's more of a custom price, talk about the factors that go into price. Focus on one aspect of pricing. Talk about formulas and percentages and how to set budgets, things of that nature. I definitely think when you can be more transparent with pricing and explain why things cost what they do, that definitely helps the consumer a lot in their understanding of how you work. You also could do a project review. So let's say that you have some type of project you've been working on. Talk about who the client was, what you did for them, why you did that, what the results have been so far, even just posting progress. Or you could cover some type of material or tool that's used in your business. Maybe it's something the client would never see or have access to, or maybe it's something they would see and you want to give them the rundown and the comparison of those things. You also could do an employee feature. Those are great. People want to know who works within your business. You're a local business and that matters. You also could do a service spotlight, or a product. Regardless of what you sell, you probably don't talk about everything equally, and there's plenty of things that your audience doesn't know that you do. Those are the things that you can really make more clear through your page content. If you start to see any of these things get a lot of traction, that means you should be focusing on them more in your paid advertising or your other pieces of content. You also could have a post that overcomes objections. So whatever those biggest sticking points are for you in your business, talk about it. Talk about why it can be overcome or why it doesn't matter or what you can do to help them overcome that specific thing. That's going to be great for people who are on the fence. You could also do a behind the scenes. These are great. So if you have a physical location or if there is a specific process that no one would ever really see, cover it. It could be a photo, it could be a video, but talk about what's being done. I highly recommend educational videos. You guys have probably heard me talk about this a lot. There's always a place for them. If you're going to be using these for your paid ads, which you should be, you also can use those on your actual page, because just because something is on an ad, it's not automatically going on your page. So have it in both places so that that person who's looking you up specifically can have access to that information. Otherwise, they're only going to see it if they were targeted. And then finally, make an offer. This could be your lead magnet. You could put your lead magnet out there. If you have them, you're probably not talking about them on social media. You could put out ideas for lead magnets if you want to see if people would like them and ask people to vote on it. But you can say, we have this special promotion running from now until Labor Day. Or you could have an offer that's ongoing. It doesn't have to be a one-time thing. Make it clear what it is, who it's for, why it matters. I can guarantee you're probably not making enough offers on social media. So there you have it. If you do one of each of those, that is enough content. It's actually more than enough, if I'm honest, for an entire month of social media page posts. So hopefully you'll take this list, implement it, and you're going to see yourself saving time, getting more engagement, and feeling less stress and confusion when it comes to creating content for your organic social media profiles. So again, really hope this was helpful. Let me know your feedback, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye-bye.